1. Shane van Gisbergen dominates Chicago street race, NASCAR Cup results and driver standings. 2. Shane van Gisbergen sweeps NASCAR weekend in Chicago. 3. NASCAR Chicago Street Race 2025, Shane van Gisbergen dominates again. 4. Shane van Gisbergen's historic win at Chicago NASCAR race. 1. Shane van Gisbergen dominates Chicago street race, NASCAR Cup results and driver standings. Imagine the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat all playing out on the streets of Chicago. Shane van Gisbergen, the New Zealand racing sensation, secured his second win of the season by dominating the Chicago street race, starting from the pole position. This victory came just a day after he triumphed in the Xfinity race on the same challenging 12-turn, 2.2-mile street course. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fans are questioning whether van Gisbergen's dominance is a testament to his skill or if the track layout favors certain driving styles. What do you think? The points race, meanwhile, has become a nail-biter. With 7 races left in the regular season, the competition is heating up. Ty Gibbs matched his career-best Cup finish by placing second, while Reddick secured third. Denny Hamlin, who started at the rear of the field due to an engine change after a practice lap failure, managed to finish fourth. Kyle Busch rounded out the top 5. A.J. Allmendinger came in 6th, followed by Ryan Preece in 7th, Alex Bowman in 8th, and Austin Hill, who achieved a career-best 9th place in his 12th Cup start. Ross Chastain completed the top 10. Points leader William Byron's 40th place finish has tightened the points race significantly. 4 drivers are now within 50 points of Byron, making the battle for the lead more intense than ever. Byron leads Chase Elliott by 13 points, Kyle Larson by 19 points, Hamlin by 43 points, and Reddick by 48 points. Bubba Wallace holds the final playoff spot, with Ryan Preece just 2 points behind him. And this is the part most people miss. The tight points race means that every decision, every pit stop, and every overtake could make or break a driver's season. With so much on the line, the pressure is on for every driver to perform at their best. But who will rise to the challenge and who will falter under the pressure? Only time will tell. So, what do you think? Will Byron hold on to his lead, or will one of the chasing pack make a dramatic comeback? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss the future of the NASCAR Cup Series. 2. Shane van Gisbergen sweeps NASCAR weekend in Chicago. Shane van Gisbergen made history in Chicago, securing a weekend sweep that defied odds and redefined NASCAR's future. This was no ordinary race, burning tires, a rugby ball tossed into the crowd, and a celebration that turned the city into a living trophy. For the 36-year-old New Zealander, it was a moment that felt like destiny, proving that talent knows no borders. But here's where it gets controversial. Van Gisbergen, a foreign-born driver, became the winningest non-American in NASCAR's top series, a fact that sparks debates about the sport's inclusivity. Yet, his journey is a testament to perseverance. After arriving in the U.S. for Trackhouse Racing's first Chicago experiment in 2023, he went from a rookie to a legend in just a few years. His third Cup win, alongside a second-place finish in the Xfinity Series, cemented his legacy as a master of street courses. The Chicago street course, with its tight turns and unpredictable weather, is a beast even for seasoned pros. Van Gisbergen thrived in this chaos, outmaneuvering competitors like Ty Gibbs and Reddick, who finished second and third respectively. But not everyone had a smooth ride. Keselowski's crash, caused by a last-second miscalculation, highlighted the dangers of the circuit. "It's just a narrow street course and sometimes there's nowhere to go," he admitted, a reminder that even the best can face setbacks. What truly sets Van Gisbergen apart? His ability to adapt. From Australia's supercars to NASCAR's grueling street races, he's consistently proven that skill and strategy can overcome cultural barriers. As Trackhouse owner Justin Marks put it, when he walks away from this sport, he'll be remembered as the greatest road course racer ever. That's a bold claim, but one backed by records. He's the only foreign-born driver to sweep both Xfinity and Cup races in a single weekend, joining Kyle Busch's 2016 feat. The race also marked a milestone for women in motorsports. Katherine Legge, the first female to qualify for a Cup race in Chicago, finished 19th, a breakthrough that echoes Danica Patrick's historic 2017 performance. It's a small victory, but one that signals progress in a sport still dominated by men. As the season moves forward, the stakes rise. With the $1 million in-season tournament on the line, drivers like Alex Bowman and Bubba Wallace face head-to-head battles that test not just speed, but sportsmanship. "We just have to move on from it and keep digging," Bowman said after a close call with Wallace. It's a lesson in resilience, a theme that resonates with Van Gisbergen's own journey. So, what does this mean for the future of NASCAR? Will the Chicago Street Course become a permanent fixture? Can foreign talent reshape the sports landscape? And will Van Gisbergen's legacy endure beyond the track? These are questions that linger long after the final lap. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 3. NASCAR Chicago Street Race 2025, Shane Van Gisbergen dominates again. Imagine a city transformed by the roar of engines and the cheers of thousands. Chicago's third annual NASCAR Street Race barreled into Sunday, proving once again that downtown streets can be just as thrilling as any classic racetrack. Yet here's where it gets controversial. Not everyone in Chicago is thrilled about rerouted traffic and closed roads, but the overwhelming response from those who attended is unmistakable. This event is a roaring success by nearly all accounts. The excitement wasn't just limited to those who consider themselves die-hard NASCAR fans. As Sunday's spectacular drew to a close, cleanup crews were already moving in, preparing to hand back Grant Park and its surrounding streets to the residents of Chicago. With the conclusion of Year 3 of the NASCAR Chicago Street Race, every local ABC 7 spoke to agreed, the event had delivered something special for the city. And just in case you missed out, ABC 7 Chicago is now streaming live around the clock. Don't hesitate to tune in for coverage anytime. Sunday afternoon saw the NASCAR Cup Series Grant Park 165 take center stage, with a familiar face leading the pack. Derek Rose, widely regarded as a Chicago Bulls icon, stepped up as the event's grand marshal. The racers tackled an exhilarating 75-lap journey around a 2.2-mile circuit featuring 12 hairpin turns, all set against the dazzling backdrop of Grant Park and DuSable Lakeshore Drive, with the Chicago skyline providing a dramatic stage for every twist and turn. New Zealand's own Shane Van Gisbergen continued his dominance, capturing yet another impressive victory and sweeping the weekend, a feat matched by his win in Saturday's Xfinity Series main event. The energy was electric, both on and off the track. Kashif Charania, one of many Chicago locals gathered to witness the action, summed it up: "It's loud, it's fast, and I'm here for it." Throughout the weekend, NASCAR Village pulsed with activity, drawing fans from near and far. Sophia Winkelbleck, visiting from Michigan, echoed the sentiments of out-of-towners: "It's awesome. I'm not from here, so I don't have to deal with the traffic every day, but it's been very fun and very cool to be here." Saturday saw a relentless influx of fans from across the city and the country, all eager to experience the unique thrill of a street race in a major urban setting. George Peters, a visitor from St. Louis, marveled at the flexibility. You get to view the race from just about anywhere. Seeing different sections of the track makes it something truly special. You won't find this anywhere else. Larson Wood, a resident from Elmwood Park, added, "It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Having the city right behind the track is unforgettable." But not all Chicagoans are on board. Some question the disruptions to daily life and public transit. And here's what most people miss. While this year marks the end of the current NASCAR contract with the city, there's already talk of extending the deal through 2026 and 2027. After witnessing the smoother traffic management and community engagement this year, many locals are voicing support for NASCAR's return. "It's worth it, absolutely," said Charania. "I love being in Chicago for all these big events. The culture here, everything about it is great." Speaking of electrifying moments, the weekend also signaled a possible turning point for NASCAR itself. Alongside traditional gas-powered monsters, an all-electric contender made its debut on the Chicago track. Chris Shigas, representing ABB, described the newcomer: "There's no engine in this car, just 3 electric motors generating 1,360 horsepower. It's an incredible machine." The Chicago Street Race featured a one-of-a-kind EV showcase, with NASCAR partnering with ABB, Chevrolet, and Ford to present 3 groundbreaking prototypes: the Ford Mustang Mach-E NASCAR EV, the ABB NASCAR EV, and the Chevy Blazer EVR NASCAR prototype. The aim, according to Gibbs, is to help NASCAR tracks across the nation become more sustainable and energy efficient. And if you think electric cars lack excitement, think again. Driver Raja Karath, who piloted the Chevy Blazer EVR, compared the experience to video game racing. It feels just like Mario Kart grabbing a star or bullet boost, like slapping a rocket on top of the wing. The high-pitched whine of cutting-edge electric motors echoed through the park as these vehicles tackled tight curves and open stretches, with the iconic skyline as their backdrop. ABC7's crew even got the chance to wave the checkered flag at the end of the EV demonstration run. CJ Tobin, a NASCAR engineer, highlighted the journey behind the scenes. It took 2 years just to get the car on the track and reach this point. He continued, "We're genuinely excited about the technology. We want to lead the way with different powertrains, not just follow trends. We want to drive innovation, not just watch it pass us by." So, what do you think? Should NASCAR continue to electrify its future, or is the classic rumble of gasoline engines integral to the sport's soul? Would you welcome the event back to Chicago, even with all the traffic headaches, or do the benefits outweigh the disruptions? Share your thoughts. Should Chicago keep greenlighting this high-speed tradition, or is it time to hit the brakes? 4. Shane Van Gisbergen's historic win at Chicago NASCAR race. Imagine a race so intense, it left drivers fuming, fans debating, and the future of a major event hanging in the balance. That was the scene in Chicago this past weekend, where Shane Van Gisbergen etched his name deeper into NASCAR history, but not without controversy. Here's the full story, and trust me, it's a wild ride. Chicago once again became the stage for Shane Van Gisbergen's dominance, as the New Zealand driver secured his second win in 3 years at the iconic street course. But this victory wasn't just another checkered flag, it was historic. SVG, as fans affectionately call him, became only the second driver to sweep both the Xfinity and Cup Series races in a single weekend, a feat last achieved by Kyle Busch in 2016. And with this win, he cemented his legacy as the most successful foreign-born driver in NASCAR Cup Series history. Not bad for someone who never planned to race in NASCAR beyond a one-off appearance 2 years ago. "This place changed my life," Van Gisbergen reflected, despite admitting he's not a fan of cities. "I never thought I'd be in NASCAR full-time. Yet here he is, rewriting records and leaving competitors in his dust." But here's where it gets controversial. The race's final moments were shrouded in debate. As Van Gisbergen approached the final lap, Cody Ware suffered a catastrophic brake failure, slamming into the Turn 6 tire barrier. The impact was severe, visible even from the front stretch, yet NASCAR officials delayed throwing the caution flag until after Van Gisbergen had crossed the start-finish line. This decision sealed the win for SVG, avoiding a potential overtime restart that could have given Ty Gibbs or Tyler Reddick a shot at victory. Gibbs, who finished second, couldn't hide his disappointment. Would have been all for that 100%. That would have been awesome. But was NASCAR's call fair? Some argue the caution should have come earlier, while others defend the officials' decision to ensure driver safety. What do you think? Let's hear it in the comments. And this is the part most people miss. The race wasn't just about the finish. Tempers flared throughout, particularly on the tight street course where mistakes are costly. Joey Logano and Ross Chastain had a heated exchange post-race, with Logano accusing Chastain of intentionally causing a collision. Typical Ross. "He just sees red and does dumb stuff," Logano fumed. Meanwhile, Bubba Wallace and Alex Bowman also clashed, with Bowman describing the incident as a pinball effect that left both drivers frustrated. With another road course race looming at Sonoma, these rivalries are far from over. NASCAR officials will undoubtedly review these incidents, leaving drivers and fans alike wondering if sanctions are on the horizon. Finally, the future of the Chicago street race hangs in the balance. NASCAR's 3-year deal with the city is up, and rumors suggest a potential move to San Diego. While drivers appreciate the unique challenge of street races, opinions are split on whether the event should stay put or travel to new cities. Trackhouse Racing owner Justin Marks summed it up, Asterisk, street races bring the sport to the people. Whether it's Chicago or San Diego, it's about reaching new fans. Asterisk. So, what's next for NASCAR's street racing experiment? Will Chicago remain a fixture, or will San Diego take the wheel? And was SVG's win a fair call, or did NASCAR miss the mark? The debate is far from over, and we want to hear your take. Sound off below.